Basically poisoned her whole family using poisonous mushrooms that she had foraged and ground into a powder and cooked it into the beef Wellington.
I'd be yamming down that beef
Do you know why that's
Wellington.
so evil? It's like you put it in a beef Wellington. You put it in
Yeah.
a beef Wellington of all places, you know I'm finishing that. I would jump at the opportunity to eat a beef Wellington.
Welcome back to another episode of Stay on the Line Sis. Dialing in are your hosts, Chids.
And Og, welcome back, guys.
Hello.
How have you been? How's your first week of Jan going?
It has actually been decent, to be fair. It helps that the sun has been shining.
Yeah, the sun has been doing some heavy lifting.
We all know how miserable January is.
But mind you, it has just started. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I was thinking that we're like midway through the month already. We're still in single digits.
I need someone who studies quantum physics or mathematics to tell us how December and January have the same number of days. They both have 31, and December went by in a flash, and January already is dragging its feet.
Yeah, I can't believe January just has 31. January has more than 31,
It
surely.
has, and we all know
But
it.
I do think that there's so much happening in December that time just goes so quickly
Yeah,
because there's
true.
so much less of it. Whereas January, my whole month is kind of open,
Same.
which I'm kind of enjoying. I'm really, really happy to start dry January. Stop the alcohol, stop the ramping, stop the playing. Just sit down, drink your tea, drink your water,
Yeah,
get some fresh air. Do you know what I
honestly.
mean?
Yeah. Have you been getting fresh air? Because January has been giving us some really, I know you're shaking.
Mm-mm.
January has been giving us the best sunrises and sunsets.
Yeah. No, the skies have been beautiful colours. I haven't removed this snood that I got for Christmas. This is all I've been living in. I don't really want to leave the house. I'm going today for a food shop.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, but honestly, it has gotten really cold too. Like the temperature has dropped and my face gets cold out there. Are you not cold?
The face, it's the face as well, because everywhere
Yeah.
you can wrap up warm, unless you're wearing a belly, then
Yeah,
you're
which I have.
really, yeah,
I've
I've
been
got my
wearing that.
snood, but like you can't,
Yeah.
I want it to cover my nose.
Yeah. You know you can adjust the drawstring and why are you doing that
Yeah, but
face?
I'm not walking around, I'm not walking around me, black, walking around Hertfordshire with the belly.
Yeah. True, you
It's
can't
not
do that.
right.
You can't do that.
Speaking of food shop, actually, this is completely off on a tangent. I saw an influence. I was doing my food shop on Friday, and I saw an influencer's daughter in the big Sainsbury's. Yeah,
Chidima, are we
I
putting
saw.
this in the episode?
No, I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to say on the episode
Okay.
who it was, but I just wanted to say, like, obviously, I'm not mad, so I didn't run up to her and be like, "Oh my God, I know your mom. I follow your mom, and I see you
hmm
on there. You've grown so much. Oh my gosh." But I was thinking, if I was mad,
And their people are
and there are
mad, and
people that
people
are
do
mad,
think
they'd
that they
be
know them. Yeah.
there's that parasocial
Internet.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yes,
hmm
internet auntie. I would go up to her, and that's so weird. Like you're out here in Sainsbury's just trying to do your food shop with your dad.
I actually saw on Twitter. Do you know Baby Tate? She's a rapper.
No.
She's like an American rapper.
Can you rap one of her
Um,
songs? Is it
yeah, I can
okay?
actually. Obviously not Chid. Yeah, so anyway, she's she's a rapper, American, and she was pregnant this year. She gave birth, I think, a little bit before Christmas. But she was pregnant, been posting, obviously just been posting on Instagram her little outfits with her little baby bump, and I guess bringing us along on the journey. You know how people like to say that you brought us on the journey,
Yeah.
and by that it just means she was posting while she was pregnant, and
Right.
people got invested. And when the baby was born, people were tweeting her basically demanding to see the baby, like, show us your baby. You brought us this far. We've been invested. And they kept being like, show us our internet nephew or whatever. Let's see our nephew. And she was like, this is not your nephew. This is my son. You
Oh
guys don't
my
know this
God.
boy. Like, and they were just basically arguing that they don't bring us into a certain part of your life if you're not willing to show us everything and at least show us the baby when he was born.
See, this is what is so crazy about that concept. And I know there's people on both sides of the argument or somewhere in the middle. I am so nosy, and I know you're nosy as well. I want to
hmm
see it all, especially if you're online. That's this exact same kind of logic or argument I would use with the Kardashians, where I'm like, tell us everything that happened in this. Tell us everything that
hmm
happened with all of the things where you're just breadcrumbing it. but I don't actually think that. Like, I'm just saying it from a point of view of I am nosy. I like drama. I like to know. I like to gossip and talk about it and beat a dead horse about it. But
Hmm.
really and truly, fundamentally, I do not believe that you need to, because you showed me this much of your life, you need to show me all
Yeah,
of it. I
all
really
of
don't.
it.
And
Yeah.
people genuinely actually do believe
It's
that.
I don't get the logic, especially when it comes to children. What are we gaining from seeing the baby's face? That's the part that I don't get. At this early on as well, you're not gleaning anything about that baby. It looks like every other baby that you've seen.
Exactly.
What do you want to see? Does it look like mum? Does it look like dad? Like, what are you actually getting from seeing this
Seriously.
baby?
Seriously.
Like, it looks like every other alien newborn that's just had the gunk wiped off, skin is peeling, like hair everywhere. I don't really know what we're dying to see.
No.
And yeah, it is odd, like the way people then carry those parasocial relationships offline. And if
Yep.
they do encounter these people that they follow, they genuinely feel like, it's with the children that I don't get it because I get it with certain influencers if they've got if their audience base is around that community and making everyone feel like they're part of something together and they love you and they care about you, and you know those like comfort influencers that do like eat with me's or
Yeah.
empowering videos, and people will want to come back and come and meet up to them and tell them how they impacted their lives, and they feel like they're genuinely friends because they help them along on this particular self-love journey.
Hmm.
That's fine, but if you see an 8-year-old child and you've been following their mum for 5 years
Yeah.
and you've kind of watched that child go from a toddler to a young child, that doesn't mean that you know that child. It doesn't mean that you can go
Exactly.
and have a conversation with that child, or you can.
Have a photo, because some people ask, can I have a photo?
What do you want a picture of a child?
It's so weird.
Very
It's
weird.
so weird.
Yeah, I do enjoy seeing people out in public just living their lives. I don't usually disturb them because for me it's more interesting to just observe them in the real world than actually break that barrier and have a conversation or acknowledge that I know you. Like it's actually for me, I'm like, oh, this person that I enjoy watching. I wonder what they're doing. Oh, what are they doing here? Oh, I wonder what they're gonna order from this cafe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a bit weirder. Just like watching from the corner, like, oh, what are they gonna get? Oh, what's in the trolley? But that for me is I'm just fine with just seeing them and not saying anything or giving a smile, or I saw Don't Jealous Me a few months ago,
Mm.
and I actually did say something to him because I was in such a good mood that day. I was literally walking to give my notice in and quit my job. So I saw him, I was bopping along the road, the sun was shining, I was like, you are Don't Jealous Me, you're amazing. But usually I would prefer not to say anything and just to see them. Oh, I saw this person out today.
Mm.
Before we get further into the conversation, because I wanted to talk about some shows that I've been watching. Traitors,
Mm.
Kardashians. We've
Yeah,
been
I've been
watching that
watching
as
that a
well.
bit.
And I watched a true crime documentary and I have a question around that. But yeah, we should do a signal check.
Yes. I
Mm.
am.
Full bars. Full bars, baby. I'm two. I'm two. Let me be honest. I'm two. I'm about to drag myself up the mountain that is January. That's how I feel at the moment. I'm at the bottom of the mountain looking up at the peak, which is January 31st. And then after January 31st, it just gets more and more rocky and icy because it goes into February. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. So I've got 2 bars. Are you actually full bars?
Why has Signal Check turned into a competition?
No,
I
if you're
am
full bars, it's
full
fine.
bars. And do you know
Yeah.
why? I'll tell you for why. Sorry, this
We're
is
not
really
doing
fun.
these anymore, because if you every week it's the same thing, what's the point? Full bars, full bars, full bars.
No, it's the first week of Jan, so obviously.
You've got oil motivation. You've got your full
Exactly. I've
tank,
got my
yeah.
full tank. I'm running. The momentum is taking me
Mm,
through, and I know it will only go so far, so I'm gonna ride that high for as long as I can.
ride it
I'm riding it.
to the end, seriously, because
I'm
boy,
riding it because I know that January and February are the months where you just get slapped
feel the
left, right, and
worst.
center with the
Hmm.
cold, with the miserableness. But we shall see, honestly.
I'm happy for you for your full bars.
I'm happy for
I'm
my
gonna,
friend.
I'm gonna take my 2 bars and go. Anyway,
Sorry, just to quickly, I was thinking about how okay, if we do decide that we want kids, I'm going to be pregnant and you're going to be the type of man that goes to the gym while I'm
Oh
pregnant.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts that needs to be shut it down. Shut it down. You cannot be, we're not gonna be at the wedding and I'm 6, 7 months pregnant and you're drinking throughout the wedding. Like someone else's wedding. Do you know what I mean? Like a friend's
Yeah,
wedding.
yeah.
We're not going to, you're not living the same life that you were living and I'm pregnant and you can't. No, no, no. Solidarity here. And yeah, you are gonna get fat with me and we're gonna
Yeah,
lose the weight together after. We're gonna lose the weight
exactly.
together after. You're gonna get fat. It's not as you're going, you're smashing PBs. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah, no.
Anyway, we digress.
What do you think about your survival skills? Do you
Oh,
think that you could, if you were dropped in the wilderness, you would be able to like figure it out, stay alive for a week or two until a rescue team comes to get you? Or could you
oh
just do like an
my
expedition for a
God.
couple of weeks and like figure out the route and which water is drinkable and which food is edible and when to start making the fire to not attract the wildlife that you don't want? And like, do you know all of these
Oh
things?
my God. Why am I shaking? Like it's like I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow.
Could you step up to the plate if you needed to survive in the wilderness for a week or two?
Okay. I've got a couple questions around that. Is it cold? How cold
Um,
is it?
it
Is it
probably
like,
gets cold at night, but it's not unbearable during the day.
okay, it's not like
It's
the
probably like just
Antarctic.
yeah, imagine like a foresty type, maybe yeah, like a rainforesty type, jungly type landscape.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Maybe you've gone on a hike and you're in the middle of nowhere now. You've lost the rest of the crew.
I could do it. I could do it. I can listen. Before I was with Will, I didn't own a pair of walking boots. I didn't
Hmm.
really like nature. I'm still like, I know that sounds
Uh-uh.
crazy. I know that sounds so wild, but I just I didn't. I was such a city girl through and through, unless it's like a beach or a park, maybe. Even that, like, I didn't really love that. But now I've got walking boots. I go on loads of walks. I've watched the Outdoor Boys on YouTube, and it's basically this huge.
You've done your research, you've done the learnings, you've watched the YouTube videos, you know what to do.
I've gone camping 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just like, and also I'm not. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one in, but I'm not strong enough to kill myself. I would want to.
Is that the other option? Wait, Chid, that first of all, that's crazy phrasing. Strong enough. Two, I didn't even think that as the alternative. I just thought you just
Oh,
die because you don't survive. Not that you
right.
take matters into your own hand and you say, do you know what? I'm not going to do this. Let's end this here.
Oh, that's true. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But what would I be dying of? Cold.
Yeah, you wouldn't do this, Chid. You couldn't survive. You don't even know what dangers are out there. You don't even know about the dangers. You could
I'm
drink poisoned water. You could, like, I don't know,
yes.
a frog could land on you that's actually very venomous or poisonous or
Mm,
whichever one word you use for that. You could. So the reason I asked this question, because I back myself too. I have this thing, this delusion, you could call it, this completely unfounded confidence
yeah.
that in a life or death situation, I would survive it. And that means in the wilderness, being lost, trying to figure things out. I do think that I'd be able to survive it because I have absolutely no survival skills to speak of. Like, don't know how to read a compass, don't know how to, I wouldn't even know what that means. Like, if I did find out we need to go east, I wouldn't know how to even go about that.
Yes.
But
True.
I
Same.
believe in my internal systems. Like, I believe that with enough adrenaline and just will to survive, it would just naturally click and my body would know, like, something would take over my brain and it would just be, okay, these are your base instincts. You know, from looking at that mushroom that it's poisonous. You know that looking at that water, the way that the stream is still, that that's not good to drink. I
Yeah,
just,
I
it would all
agree.
just, right?
I don't
Like
even think
my
it's
will to survive
unbounded.
would take over. Yeah.
I don't even think that's unfounded because I think that your body has like saved you from so much and
Yeah.
has taken
Yeah.
you through times where it's okay, granted, it's not the wilderness, and I didn't think about the frogs
But
or
it
the
did feel
water.
life or death. But it did feel life or death. Like I've had a
Exactly.
situation before where I was being followed home from school.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so this was years ago. It was like one summer. Our school was very far away. Like we didn't live near it at all.
Mm,
It was like I think it was like an hour on the bus.
yeah.
So it was like 2 hours walking. But this summer's day, randomly, I was like, I want to walk. I feel like walking home
Shut
from
up.
school. I know. So I actually walked all the way home from school. And yeah, that was our school was in Highgate and we lived like near Old Street.
Yeah.
Okay. So I walked. I got to about Angel at this point, and honestly, I'm tired. My legs hurt. I was like, do you know what? When I get to the bus stop, I'll stop and wait for the 394 here and jump on it. Crossing the road now, I feel someone tap my shoulder. It's this man, and he's like, "Oh, he's been watching me walking. He's like, oh, you're very strong. You're very beautiful. So I've been seeing you walking, but the way that he was saying it, it was like he's been walking with me for a long ass time. Like he referenced something that was like ages before. So I was like, wait,
No.
how long? And then he also was like, he wanted to stop and sit somewhere and have a chat. And I was like, no. I had my headphones in. I kept being like, no, I'm listening. I've got my headphones in. I'm listening to music. He removed my headphones from my ear. Yeah. So now
Oh, that's horrific.
I'm just thinking, oh, this person has no clue of like what is socially normal. This person, you know, when your mind just starts thinking, okay, I'm here with a threat. I'm
Yes.
here with a threat. So might say I was so tired waiting to get the bus, ready to get the bus, but I instantly was just filled with all this fear. So I'm walking with him, trying to placate him, trying to just like my eyes are just kind of like low key darting around, looking for my next escape. And I see this girl that I went to school with. So I walk over to her and I'm like, oh my God, hey. And I'm giving like signals with my eyes, like, hey, what are you doing? Where are you off
Oh
to?
God, the save me
Oh
eyes.
my God. Yeah. And she was just like, yeah, we're just talking. And then we said bye. And the guy is standing next to me the whole time, by the way. We said bye. And when I left her, when I say I sprinted, booked it down the road, ran so fast, I didn't stop running until I got home from Angel.
Oh my
From
God.
Angel, I my legs carried me, these tired legs from walking an hour and
Oh,
45 minutes, ran me all the way home. And I think I probably was completely safe, but I didn't know that, and I felt threatened. So
yeah.
that system taking over of like the adrenaline, giving me all this energy and all this speed that I didn't have,
That's
took me all the way
crazy.
home.
No, because
Yeah.
you walked from Highgate through
Highgate.
Kentish, through
Hmm.
Camden, through King's Cross. You're at
Yeah.
Angel now, and now you're running all the way home. That is
Hmm.
insane.
I
It's
was
giving marathon.
so pissed off when I got home because that level of trying to catch my breath, that level of my chest is squeezing, my heart is squeezing in my chest. Yeah, it wasn't fun. But yeah, because of experiences like that, I do think naively that I've got this.
Yeah.
Now, this links to something that I watched over the weekend. I watched a documentary, and you've probably seen the case. It's not about surviving in the wilderness, but it just made me think. You probably have seen the case because I also had seen it in the news about the woman who basically poisoned her whole family using poisonous mushrooms that she had foraged from like their local forest and like dehydrated and ground into a powder and cooked it into the beef Wellington. Whole family dead.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I'm giggling.
Do you know what's crazy? They were talking about this case. The documentary was looking into the woman who did this, how it all unfolded. Is she guilty? Is she not? How was
Mm,
she kind of what clinched it for the jury in the end? And the factors that they were looking at was like this area that they lived in was very much known for having poisonous mushrooms. Everyone in the community knew you can eat some of these mushrooms will actually kill you. And they knew how to spot which ones would kill you because
right.
they've grown up around that. Yeah. They
Okay.
have that knowledge, that local knowledge of the area, the product, like how is it going to they can see the signs.
Hmm.
So this woman, oh, what's her name? I need to start being better with names. But the defendant, she throughout the whole trial, she's presenting herself to the public as this like dopey, slow kind of character who just kind of got mixed up. It was an honest mistake. She's not very well switched on. She is so intelligent. That's what actually unfolds throughout the case is that she is so like above average intelligence, where the kind of job that she does is only a niche group of people can actually have that qualification to do that job, and you have to be switched on. You have to be able to react quickly, have attention to detail. Like you can't just let things slip. So the job is an air traffic controller, which is literally watching the plane in the sky and like making sure that the air traffic isn't like crashing into each other. And you have to have fast reactions and you have to be switched on.
Hmm.
So this whole narrative of like, oh, I'm just a ditzy middle-aged woman was not running. Oh, her name is Erin Patterson. So this whole thing was happening. She was presenting herself as this like dumb person. And actually it was clear that she knew what she was doing. It was intentional. And worse than that, she had actually been trying to poison her husband throughout their marriage. Like he was hospitalized a number of times. Like I think twice he had his family actually come to his bedside and say goodbye because he was that close to death. Just really, really, really scary stuff.
Wait, did she say why she hated him so much? Why did she do that?
No, to be honest, the husband one wasn't really part of the trial because they didn't have enough evidence for it. So it wasn't actually referenced throughout the trial. It was just
The
so it was
in-laws.
her, yeah, it was her in-laws that she killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But was he part of the people that she served the beef Wellington to?
No, so he was supposed to join this dinner. He was invited to the dinner. It's just the last minute he cancelled, and the message that she sent him, they showed a screenshot of the text exchange where he cancelled and she responded with some like emotional manipulation to basically be like, "You will be at that dinner. You will do whatever it takes to come to that dinner.
Oh,
Like I
wow.
have plans for you at this dinner. You are coming to the dinner." He didn't come and he survived, but no one else ate the beef Wellington. I mean, she didn't eat the beef Wellington, just her guests. And then afterwards, she fed the leftovers to her kids, which is weird.
Oh, to cover
Or
her back. Was she thinking of her defense later
yeah, I
on to
think
be
she
like, well,
was.
I would never do
Yeah,
that to my kids, but actually she just,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
If
But
I
I
was
was
at
thinking,
that dinner, I'd be yamming down that beef
do you know why that's
Wellington.
so evil? It's like you put it in a beef Wellington. You put it in
Yeah.
a beef Wellington of all places. You know I'm finishing that.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's not fair. I would jump at the opportunity to eat a beef Wellington.
Have you had a
If
beef
I'm allowed.
Wellington? Have you had one?
I don't think so, you know.
Oh my God, I've had
Is
one
it
and it's
amazing?
so, if they cook it well, I haven't had it at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
Oh
I
yeah,
had it at
I need Gordon
Gordon's.
Ramsay to make mine. No, but the that documentary just made me realize, oh, I'd eat the mushroom if I saw it exactly as it was. I would just have to, if I was lost in the wilderness and trying to survive, you'd have to discount all mushrooms.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
would
you
have to
would.
just ignore every single mushroom you see because there are some that if you literally just take a bite into it, you're dead on the spot.
God.
Instantly, very dead. It's not like, oh, you'll just throw up for a bit. It's like, no, no, no. Let that touch your tongue. Once that hits those like taste receptors and the enzymes, you're dead.
Shit.
Crazy, crazy story.
I need to watch that documentary because yeah, that she was Australian, right? It's an
Yeah,
Australian
yeah, it's
woman.
Australian.
Yeah, that was a big story
Hmm.
for a few years. But I didn't see that the documentary was out. What was it on?
Netflix. Do you
Oh,
know
of
what also
course.
annoys me is like when really, really intelligent serial killers don't tell you their whole rationale, their whole motive, how they plan it when they start. Let us into your mind. Let us in.
Exactly. You've been found guilty now. You're staying in jail for however long that you've got.
Hmm.
So just give us the whole
Why
step
are
by
you doing
step.
this? What happened? Were you feeling like they were threatening your custody? Like why? What made you do that? We still don't really have any kind of motive for Erin just taking out her whole family like that, her whole in-laws.
Wait,
So
what do you
sad.
mean threatening your custody?
Like, was there a child custody battle happening? I don't, there wasn't
Uh,
anything, nothing like that came out, but I'm just thinking, what would be the kind of thing that would lead you to want to kill
yeah.
your
There would
husband?
be no custody if the kids actually did end up dead from giving them the
True,
leftovers.
true. Yeah,
Oh, Erin. So the
yeah.
documentary was more following the particulars of the case rather than like the backstory of them. Did it go
No,
into?
yeah, it didn't give us, see, this is where I feel like the documentary could have done better, is that it didn't give us enough into the family, the history, her history. How did she grow up? What was she like? They did
Mm,
kind of touch on her growing up, and they mentioned some characteristics that she had, which is like she was very, very big on like community and feeling part of something. And I guess she always had this thing where she always felt left out and always it was very important to her to be part of something. I think one of the psychologists that was on the documentary was also theorizing that she had like BPD, like borderline personality disorder, and explained some of her behaviors with that. But there was just it was just quite lacking in that juicy kind of content that you
Mm, lacking in depth.
that juicy kind of content. It's like tell me that she was bullied at school and like her first victim was actually like her family pet. But no, it was just lacking in everything. Any kind of like, yeah, deep context there.
Would you still recommend it to watch?
Um, Not really, you know.
Oh,
It didn't really tell me anything that you can see that you didn't see when you were watching following the news at the time.
oh.
I love a good true crime documentary, but this one wasn't that it wasn't that tantalizing.
That's weird because Netflix normally like hits the nail on the head
Yeah,
with their documentaries.
I find that the American documentaries are,
Ah, yeah,
but it can quite sometimes be like really salacious in a way that feels like a bit insensitive to the victims and the families. But speaking of salacious, I have been locked in to Traitors. I'm so, so pleased about the fact that it started on New Year's Day. And I think that just like we have EastEnders Christmas episodes,
yeah,
we should be having Traitors New Year's Day every single year.
yeah. You're right. Something to carry us through, Jan.
Right,
Mm,
right.
I absolutely have been loving Traitors. Will's sitting next to you, not interested. He said
What? Even
he
the new twist?
I know, he said he likes it when it gets to the end. He was like, there's too many people at the round table. It's too
No,
much.
no, no, no. But why are there 30, 40 people? I've never seen that many people on
See, they're like
Traitors.
elbow to
It's
elbow next
so
to each
many
other.
people. Yeah, I'd be so claustrophobic and pissed off. But also, why are there so many? Is this usually how many there are at this stage?
Oh, I
It's like
don't
double the number that
know.
we're used to. Or is it because the celebrities one was a bit
I
smaller?
think so. I think it was the celebrities one was smaller because the civilians, there are normally quite a lot.
There's so many. And also this new twist. So we are going to talk about Traitors because by the time this episode comes out, it'll be the next week's batch of episodes haven't yet come out. So we shouldn't be spoiling anything that you couldn't have caught up with in that time.
Exactly.
The twist of the secret traitor is so exciting to me. It means that we get to play the game, but it is also
Yes.
way too early. A few things on that. It's too early. Like Will said, there's too many people to start whittling it down. Not enough evidence. Two, the producers are really trying to force us down a certain path. Like
Exactly.
they're not trying to make it so that we're on an even playing field and we can figure out, okay, who's the secret traitor.
But is that actually quite good? Because that is what happens in the traitors. You are being led down a different path by your castmates and other people
By
saying,
your
"Oh, but have you seen
castmates,
this? Have you seen that?"
yeah, by your castmates, but then the producers are actually doing like editing tricks. Like when they say traitors, they'll show someone, like they'll
Yeah,
move,
yeah,
cut the camera to someone,
it's true.
or like, yeah, they're trying to lead us down the path to like think that it was Judy initially and down the Amanda storyline
And Sam,
and Sam, yeah.
yeah, no, and even Ellie, because every time they're cutting to Ellie every time. But I think
Yeah,
because of
I
that,
think Ellie and Ross have a connection.
well, it's funny that you say that because there is a whole theory going around online that everyone is connected somehow. Like because of that family tree thing that they've got going
Hmm.
on, they
Hmm.
do think that everyone does have some sort of link. And we already know that Roxy and Judy are mum and
Hmm.
daughter.
Yeah, can we talk about
But
that for a second? But before we get into that, I don't get what the benefit of that would be. Like, what would that add to
is
the show if everyone was secretly connected and the producers are, as an audience member, what does that add apart from just like a fun little twist at the end, a fun little reveal at the end, like, oh, actually, they were my husband all along. Oh, actually, that was my partner. That's my sibling. That's my okay.
yeah, I don't know why they would do that, especially since they already had the twist of the secret traitor. Did we ever talk
Yeah,
about the twist?
no, we'll get
We'll
into it
get
though.
there.
But I wanted to say about Judy and Roxy.
Roxy's
Thank
killing me.
God Judy's gone because I couldn't watch Roxy almost be in tears every time she has to defend her mum. and stop doing this. Stop making it so obvious. She was actually really irritating me. I was like, you're crying at the round table right now, defending your mum. Mind you, no one else here knows that this is your mother.
Yeah,
And you're trying to keep the secret, but you're so emotionally invested
yeah.
in her and the accusations that are flying. She was so upset.
It was so, so funny because that's the kind of reaction that you would have if you've been voting out faithful so many times and you're near the end and you're like, guys, we need to get it together. This was the first banishment, and you're acting
Hmm.
like they had been so
Right.
that they've been doing it wrong this whole time. Like, you're doing a lot. Even when she was like to her, wait, first of all, she called her mum on the boat
Yeah, yeah. I
in the channel.
pointed this out. Yeah. I was
I
like, she
was
just
like,
said mum.
she said, but because we were thinking that there is someone that's connected. That happens every
That
year
always
now.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when she said mum, I was like, right, who is she talking to? It's got to be Judy. And then when she was like, oh yeah, you're so loud, or giving her really good tips in front of Amanda, I was like, you're being so weird. Like, this is the first
Yes.
day. Like, if you were doing all of this a couple weeks in,
You'd
okay,
establish those
maybe
connection
there's connect.
relationships. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Amanda discussion, that one did seem very familiar.
Yeah.
Just like, so I actually do think that Amanda might also be connected to them too. Or I don't know, maybe just found friendship there. But Ross and Ellie were having very familiar conversations yesterday. Just the way that they'd be like, oh, I wish I thought this was going to happen, and just like letting each other into their like inner worlds and their assumptions and their, which is just too early for that to be happening without some kind of connection.
Mm.
And it's just they have way too much chemistry. It's in all in the eyes.
Yeah.
Even from the train, when they were on the train together, I was like, these two know each other.
Yeah.
100% these two are together. They're a couple and they're playing us right now.
Even the way
Uh,
they hugged, it felt like it should really be followed by a kiss on the
yeah,
lips.
it's just been very, very, you can see that they have chemistry. Some social media sleuthers did actually find on Ellie and Ross's Instagram, they both have pictures from the same holiday destination at the same time.
Yes, the
Yeah.
same hotel.
So we've
Yeah.
got something there. We've got something there. Oh, something that killed me though with Judy's reveal is she could not understand how anyone could think that she's a traitor because she was just being her. She kept being like, "I'm just Judy. I'm just Judy. Like I'm just Judy. I'm just being Judy."
Yeah. And I'm like, sorry, Judy, I thought you were the secret traitor. So how about that? It was the
She
way
was
she was blinking loads and the way she was like really removed and scared
shifty,
and
yeah. But I
shifty, but
think
then
that
it was
that's
too
again,
obvious.
I think that's the producers again leading us down a certain path because they were
Mm.
trying to sell this Judy narrative, making her look very shifty, panning to her at points. They did the whole Linda thing where they said traitor, she turned her head. Um, Also, I just don't think that the most nervous, shifty looking person is always the traitor. The whole thing, like you're just in a situation where everyone's under scrutiny, people are watching you, you don't know these people. The atmosphere seems very tense and very like intense. So
Mm.
yeah, it's normal that I might be a bit flustered or I might be a bit nervous. Although one of the traitors looks so obviously flustered and panicked.
We're
What's
talking
his
about
name?
Stephen.
Yeah,
He looks
Stephen.
so flustered. Even when Hugo was revealing that he's a traitor on the podium, he looked
Yeah.
flustered. Even
Yeah.
when he was
He
looking
was
at who to
deciding whether to,
decide, he was red, he was flustered, his
he was saying
eyes
out
were
loud,
darting
like,
back and forth.
yeah, he was like literally shifting on his seat. He was being like, I don't know what to do now. What am I going to do? I was
Yeah,
like, Stephen, you're being obvious. Like,
get
you
it
know that you're
together.
a traitor. You're making it really obvious that you're a traitor.
It's so funny. But what you were saying about the like shiftiness and how it's a scary situation to be in or an anxiety inducing situation. How funny is Jade getting her back up every time Amanda says that she was.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, Jade, stop. You're
You were
making
red
me
in the
embarrassed.
face. Yeah, you were red in the face. Like, so it's absolutely fine that she was wondering about that. She got immediately defensive. And that also, that always kills me in traitors where someone suspects someone. So Amanda's gone, I think it's you, Jade. And Jade's like, the fact that you think it's me makes me think that it's you. Because you think it's me, it's definitely you.
It's so funny.
And every single year what happens is someone will suspect someone based on a comparison of their behavior on the train and in the
Yes.
taxis versus their behavior after the faithfuls and traitors have been assigned. Hello. First of all, that's a first impression. You can't say that you've got the whole bedrock of someone's character based on a an hour train journey. And also, first impressions don't tell you everything about someone and how they react. That was how I react in that context when I'm in in a train with people I've just met.
Exactly.
This is how I react in this context where I'm playing a very intense game of trying to hide my identity and not be murdered and not be banished and also be switched on in challenges. Like I'm presenting a different part of my personality. So to compare those two and say that means that you're being suspicious is just not fair. And also, Ross did not stand a chance. Ross literally looks like the most faithful, the most. I'm sorry, he's so flustered and so
Yeah.
shit strategy, like telling everyone immediately, this is what I would do if I was a traitor. He's being too honest when he saw Nettie and Nettie knew
Yeah.
him and she literally blew up the
Nettie
whole
was
spot.
so funny with that.
So annoying. So
Ross!
annoying.
Over here, Ross!
Literally right in his face, talking about, I know you. Why are you shouting though? Just come and say hi to me on a low. We could make this work for
Seriously?
us. And then
Also, can we know what happened with Ross and Nettie? Did they go on dates? Are
I
they
don't know.
are they like
They knew each other 15 years ago. That's all we know.
mutual friend, mutual friend? You guys went on a date, your exes. What is different this year is the secret twist. The secret twist? The secret traitor twist. The secret
Uh-huh.
traitor twist. Oh my gosh, say that 5 times fast. Secret traitor twist. Secret traitor twist. Secret traitor twist. I did that quite well. Um, yeah, so a lot of other people thought this as well, but I want to know if you thought this. When Claudia was telling us about the secret traitor twist, did you think that we were the secret traitor?
Yes, yes.
I was like, oh great, we're gonna have to vote. Meanwhile, this was filmed
Literally,
how many months back?
press the red button now to decide who is murdered. I was like, the power is in your hands. I literally was like, I don't want to play. I like this. I don't want to have to be interactive like this. That's too much. I didn't sign up for
Oh
that.
my God, seriously, I was like, oh, what app am I downloading now to start
Literally
doing my five
voting.
votes?
The traitors are fuming. Imagine thinking you've got all the power, you've got the highest like powerful vantage point of the
Yeah,
game is being a traitor. No, no. Now they're also traitor hunting because there's a secret traitor in their midst who has the ultimate power and is at a higher vantage point because they know all the traitors, they know the faithful, they know they're a traitor, and they also get to choose the shortlist of who gets murdered. So it's actually the best position to have. But the traitors who were assigned the middlemen traitors, must have thought they got the golden ticket. They must
yeah.
have thought they were flying. Rachel thinks that she's got this whole game on lock.
Rachel genuinely thinks that she's going to win this whole thing,
Yeah,
with or
yeah,
without Stephen, because I know that they made their little pact that they're not going to have
yeah,
each other on the board, but
yeah.
I'm not
She's
so sure
cunning.
about that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to next week's. It's really annoying that they do the cliffhangers because certain shows, like I'm coming back.
Yeah, don't worry. And
I'm
also
coming
there's
back.
there's multiple cliffhangers here. You're going to show us who the secret traitor is, and we need to know who the whole blood on the tree thing,
Oh
the little thing.
yeah, how
So
that
you could have just
unfolds.
showed us that, and then we tune in to see the conversation that they have. We tune in to see how the who gets murdered and what happens with that.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any working theories as to who the secret traitor is? Even like on a character profile level? Because I know a lot of people saying it's probably a woman or like maybe they're older.
Yeah. I actually think that it might be one of the younger ones. I think it could be that guy that has the dangly earrings and the glasses. I don't know what his name is, but we haven't really seen much of him. And this is actually based on the editing. So the fact that they're showing Sam so much, they're showing Ellie every time that they talk about the secret traitor, they clip to Harriet. I actually think it might be the ones that they're not showing so much. So the dangly earring guy
Mm.
with the glasses, who's not really had that much screen time, he's a bit younger. I think he's quite smart just based on some of the things that he said. I think all of them
Do you
are
remember
really
his
smart.
job? Yeah.
I can't remember his job. No. Speaking of jobs, sorry, I love the barrister versus barrister round table with Harriet taking the taking on for
That,
the team to bring Hugo down.
do you know what? I felt bad for Hugo.
He looked so sad.
Yeah, I liked his silly, jovial personality, and also Harriet just wanted to. This isn't. She just wanted to play court. It was just a clash of egos. It was just her being like, and it was just unfair because he didn't have the knowledge that she's also a barrister.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's like a sneaky little ambush takedown. She just wanted the fun of it. Go
yeah.
toe to toe with him. Yeah, she came prepared and she gave a good takedown. I don't know, man. I wonder how he performs in court because his performance at that round table was shocking.
He
He
probably
did
has more.
nothing. He was like, "I'm a good guy. I have good intent. I've played this game with kindness." We're like, boy.
Okay. But I wonder if that's going to bite Harriet in the bum because she did talk about how articulate he is, how great he is at forming arguments, and then formed the best argument, laid out all her things. Like, I know we know that she's a barrister, so it was so clear that she is,
Mhm.
but all of those traits that you're saying he has, you're showing it right now, but we'll see.
Yeah, she was actually my working theory of who the secret traitor is. I think probably before the round table, because the way that she took down Hugo, it's a bit early for the secret traitor to be taking out traitors,
Yeah.
especially since it's not like Hugo was suspicious of her and close to blowing up her spot. So
Hmm.
it wasn't necessary. So I'm thinking maybe not Harriet. Maybe I do think a woman though, somehow.
Okay.
I don't know why, because I would give that role to a woman if I were Claudia.
Mm.
If I needed someone who could stay under the radar, mastermind things, kind of be in the background pulling the strings, I would choose a woman for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, to do it discreetly and effectively. But no, we'll see who it is next week. Apart from that, I don't have any theories. I do think it's too early to know. The evidence just isn't there.
yeah.
And the things that we're looking at as physical evidence, handwriting, the stature of the person, the red cloak, again, that's all production. I feel like that's probably someone in a cloak from production.
Exactly.
They wouldn't want to give it away that easily.
But based on the theory that you just said, you don't think Fiona,
Who's
the
Fiona?
the six, yeah, the Welsh woman that was like,
Who's playing a ditzy old character?
yeah,
Um, do you know what? She would be my second guess. But then I'm watching how she interacts with the traitors. So her bringing up Hugo and Rachel's but behavior changing, was that her just like planting a seed quietly? Or
mm,
was that her actively trying to take them down? I just feel like that's a bit early to do that kind of
yeah,
tactic. So if you're earnestly and enthusiastically hunting traitors and you're going really accurate with it and you know who it is, so you're the secret traitors who have the advantage of actually knowing who it is, going straight for the people who are known traitors just
risky.
feels like a bad gameplay at this stage.
Mm,
And I feel like she's smarter than that. So I feel like she either genuinely does not know who the traitors are, and this is just how she's playing her game, or she does know who she is the secret traitor, and she's just laying little seeds for now and seeing how it sprouts.
I think it's funny, speaking of what's too early, that Stephen voted for Hugo because you
Yeah.
could see that internal battle. And I was saying out loud while I was watching it, like, it's too early, don't vote for Hugo. It's too early. What is he
Hmm.
doing? Don't do it. But he played it well because Hugo did get the most votes and he is now part of that group that did, you know, take down a
Yeah.
traitor. Whether that works in his advantage, I don't know because his
Yeah.
name is coming up.
Yeah. I
Um,
was hoping that Hugo didn't get voted out and that Stephen would have to face up to him in the turret. That
That
would
would
be
be so
funny.
funny. Stephen would be shitting his pants because you could just see it written in his face.
I just think a lot of the tactics and the telltale signs that they use in traitors, it's just too early now to start employing it and using logic like, oh, they didn't vote for him. Look at the people who didn't vote for Hugo. Like,
Mm.
I don't know.
We were meant to play traitors on our cabin trip
Oh
last
yeah, we
month.
were.
We were
We
supposed to
did
do a
not.
little preparation, so we played traitors the whole weekend. I just think that would be such a good game if you've got a group of people that are spending a number of days together to play it the whole way through and weave it into the the
The other
fun.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
each morning reveal who got killed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Traitors meet in the evening before. But the thing is, the cabin was just not the vibe to do it. Like, everyone was so drunk by the end of the night. People were, it wouldn't have, the traitors would have been like, we're going for a secret traitors meeting.
exactly. And then pillow talking with you.
Yeah, literally.
I'm the traitor.
Yeah, I wanted to. I really wanted to. It'd be, but we needed more preparation and planning, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But it would be a fun game, fun birthday idea. Or I
Mm,
think there's a actual thing that you can go to in London now where you play
traitors.
traitors. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's really growing. I can't believe it's only been 4 seasons.
I know. It's because there are so many other franchises that there's like Australia, there's America, there's all
Mm.
these celebrity ones. We've seen so many series, but there's
Yeah,
only been four.
have you watched the American one? Because I don't think I could bring myself to do that, you know.
Do you know what? I haven't, but I did follow the season where Bob the drag queen was on it.
Oh, I
I was following
do
it, yeah,
love
and
him.
Phaedra was in it as well. It's so good when you have characters like that, but it's the worst when they get voted out early because it's like
Yeah.
this is entertainment value like at the highest level. And Bob the drag queen was so dramatic at the round table. And the thing is with Americans is that that's just how they are anyway as well.
Mm. Yeah.
I saw some clips of I don't know if it's Canada or America, but there's one out at the moment and it's so different, like the cultural differences and how that affects the way the game is played and the way the traitors interact with each other in the turret. Like it's just it's just so funny.
What's the biggest difference that you identified?
It looked almost like a it was almost like a high school at one point.
Mm,
The traitors around the turret being like bitching at each other and biting at each other.
that's so funny.
Because we usually see quite a bit of harmony from the traitors. And
Yeah.
also, I don't think I'm rooting for the traitors this year.
Oh, that's
They're
interesting.
not giving me any kind of it's not fun.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah,
And me,
Hugo was the only character there that I thought was a bit silly and fun to have around.
that's
The
so
rest,
funny.
I need someone like conniving, and Rachel's not really giving for me.
Mm.
Whereas it would be very funny to me if Hugo had. I'm such a big fan of Hugo.
I
If
can't
Hugo had
believe
won.
that.
Him at the breakfast table that morning was so
That was the he was like, I need
funny.
to can we have a moment of silence for Ben's
Literally, it's
passing
like,
away?
guys, that was so mean.
Mean.
I am looking forward to more episodes so that we can really get into like analyzing the gameplay and who's doing what. But for now, it's just way too early. Too many bodies.
Too
Way
many
too many.
bodies. Too many bodies. Anyway,
Anyway,
what are you putting on speaker this week? What product or show or anything are you loving? This is the first speaker of
of the year.
2026.
Okay, shit. Don't make it big. I don't have anything like really special to put on speaker this week. Wait, just quickly, did you see that TikTok of that girl being like her New Year's resolution is to have like 365 buttons and just
Oh my
have them in a
God.
jar and each day I have a button that reminds her of the passage of
Passage
time.
of time. And
And
everyone's
everyone
like,
was
oh,
like, "Oh, what
cool.
do you mean? Like, okay, what are you doing with the buttons? Where are you getting the buttons from? Where will the buttons be? Tell us more about this button thing. Like, sounds like a really cool idea." And she was like, "I don't. It's just gonna be buttons. Like, it's gonna be buttons." And they're like, "Okay, wait, but what? Where we get? What we do with the buttons? When we get the button, what do we do with that one button for the day?" And she was like, "Guys, I don't. It actually only has to make sense to me. Like, it just has to make sense to me for me to do it. All these questions that you guys are asking me." That's for you. I'm not explaining anything further. I've got my buttons. I'm taking my buttons through the year. Any explanation is for you guys to figure out.
Seriously. And the gag is, it doesn't make sense to her. That's why she,
The
that's why she got
gag is
the...
the gag is it actually makes a lot of sense. I think she got as far as the buttons.
Yeah.
She hasn't thought about what she's doing with it each day. Like, is she carrying one with her? Do you know what? That's not for us. It only has to make sense to her
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
her to do it.
True.
But I actually do like the idea because time really does elude me. It's like it's passing so quickly. And I would love to have some sort of physical representation, maybe in the form of buttons, one
Mm.
for each day,
Yeah.
maybe.
Fill up the jar.
fill out the job, maybe. And then
Mm.
before you know it, you've got 365 buttons at the end of the year. But no, my speaker this week is not to do with buttons. It's just now I'm always on the lookout for things that are going to keep me hydrated. I have a big issue with hydration. It's a dry lips thing,
Right.
not dry skin this week. This week it's dry lips. So I feel like I've been on a lifelong hunt for the best lip gloss or the best lip balm. And I swear they'll work well for a period of time, and then suddenly you're like, this is shit. It's just sitting on my lips, not absorbing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's the current one that I'm using is pretty good. And this is actually a gift from one of my friends who was using it. And I asked to use it and I really loved it. So she bought me some. It's Marlin and Goetz. I think that's how you pronounce it. Marlin plus Goetz.
Okay.
Malin plus Goetz. It's the mojito lip balm. It's a bit like of a menthol feel to it, but not too much at all. And it just sits really nicely on your lips and actually feels like it's penetrating and it lasts for a while. Yeah, I'm enjoying this one. I am actually also looking for more recommendations for lip balms. This is the
Mm.
best one I've used so far, but I'm still on the lookout for the perfect one. So this is the closest I've gotten. But if you guys have any recommendations, please do share them. One that I used to use, which has been discontinued, which was Jack Black.
Oh, they
Jack
discontinued
Black.
it.
Yeah, it's discontinued. I haven't seen it for years actually. So this is my go-to at the moment.
Okay, I am putting on speaker my TikTok actually. It's at Chids and Giggles on
Oh, bit of a
TikTok.
personal one this
Just a
week.
little personal plug. I am doing Vloguary, which is where I'm vlogging every day in January. I
Oh,
know, and a lot of people do Vlogmas, which is where they vlog every day
in
in
December.
December. And that makes sense because it's so fun and there's so much festivity happening and people are leading up to Christmas and it's great. But January, as we said, is such a miserable long ass month. So I don't really know
Mm.
why I picked it. So go over there and support me and comment and like and encourage me so that I can continue doing it. But I've posted the first 3 days and I'm going to keep on going at it just to practice a bit of consistency.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is actually such a good way to practice consistency. Every day is a lot. That's an undertaking.
I know. And also, I'm gonna have to actually start my day job soon.
Oh
So let's see
yeah.
how that goes while I'm a working woman.
Yeah, well, you have to keep us updated about how you're managing it. And yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the ones you've posted so far. To be fair, January is not much is happening in January, but that's what makes it even better for content because more time to be on my phone watching what you're doing.
Exactly. Pretty much.
Yeah. Also, be sure to give us a follow on our socials at Stay on the Line Sis on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. Give us a follow, drop a comment, tell us about if you're watching Traitors, what's your theory, and what do you think about your survival skills? Would you survive in the wilderness? Can you keep yourself alive long enough until the rescue team comes and gets you? Or are you eating a poisonous mushroom? If you have any longer thoughts you'd like to share with us, drop us an email on stayonthelinesis@gmail.com and we will be sure to get back to you.
Also, make sure you rate the podcast 5 stars on Spotify and comment. Let us know what you think of the episode.
Yes, drop us a like on YouTube and all of that stuff. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.